Okay, so I learned something recently that kind of broke my brain a little bit, and now I can't stop seeing it everywhere. So I'm going to ruin it for you too. Basically, with almost every physical space you walk into has been engineered to mess with your behavior. Not in like a conspiracy way, there are people whose entire job is this way, and once you know the tricks, you literally cannot unsee them. Let's start with casinos because they're the most obvious one. You probably already know casinos don't have clocks. Most of them don't have windows either. That's not an accident. They don't want you to have any sense of what time it is. Because the second you think, oh, wow, it's 2 a.m., you leave. So they just remove time from the building. But it goes way deeper than that. The carpets in casinos are intentionally ugly, like hideous, crazy patterns, loud colors. And there's an actual reason. They want your eyes to be uncomfortable looking down, so you look up at the machines. The lights, the tables, everything at eye level is beautiful and glowing, and everything below it is visual garbage. Your eyes go where they want them to go. Also, the maze layout. You ever notice you can never find the exit in a casino? That's the design. There's no straight path anywhere. Every route to the bathroom, the food, the exit, it snakes you past more slot machines. Every single time. Even the oxygen thing, like, okay, they pump extra oxygen in thing is actually a myth. That one's not real. But they do pump scents in. Certain casinos have signature smells designed to keep you relaxed and comfortable. Comfortable people stay longer. People who stay longer spend more. That's the whole formula. Okay, but here's the thing. Casinos are the obvious villain. You expect that from a casino. What got me is realizing the grocery store does the exact same stuff to you, and nobody talks about it. So, why is the milk at the back of the store? Every grocery store milks in the back corner. The official answer is that's where the refrigeration trucks unload, which is partially true. But it's also true that milk is the number one thing people run in for. So, if the thing everyone needs is at the very back, you have to walk past literally everything else to get it. Twice. There and back. That's not a coincidence. That's a layout decision. Eye level is another one. The shelves are real estate, and eye level is the expensive neighborhood. Brands pay for that placement. The stuff at your eye level is almost never the best deal. It's the stuff with the biggest marketing budget. The cheap store brand stuff that's basically the same product, bottom shelf. You have to bend down for it. They're literally charging you for your own laziness. And kids' cereal, this one's kind of evil. Kids' cereal is placed at kid eye level, lower shelves. So your kid sees the cartoon tiger before you see the price. The shopping carts got bigger too, by the way. Like over the decades, carts have physically grown because a half-empty cart feels wrong. There's psychology there. A big empty cart makes you feel like you haven't bought enough. You fill the space. They made the space bigger so you'd fill more of it. And the smell thing again, the bakery is at the front of a lot of stores on purpose. Fresh bread smell hits you the second you walk in. You're immediately hungrier. And hungry people buy more food, like measurably more. Going to the grocery store hungry is genuinely one of the most expensive mistakes you can make, and the store is actively trying to make you hungrier the moment you enter. It's kind of impressive, honestly. Okay, next one, IKEA. IKEA is just a casino for furniture, same maze design. That winding path through the showroom, you cannot shortcut it, not really. There are secret shortcuts, but they don't tell you where they are. The path is designed so you see every single department, whether you want to or not. You came for a desk, but you're going to walk past the kitchens, the bedrooms, the weird fake apartments, and those fake apartments are the real weapon. They're not showing you furniture, they're showing you a life. A better, more organized version of you lives in that fake 400 square foot apartment, and you can buy pieces of them. And the cheap stuff, the meatballs, the dollar hot dogs, the bins of random 99-cent stuff. That's not them being generous. Cheap stuff at the end of the trip resets your perception. You just spent $400, but the hot dog was $1, so you leave feeling like the whole place is a good deal. There's a name for this. It's basically anchoring. Your brain judges prices relative to other prices, not in absolute terms, and they control every price you see. Restaurant menus do the same thing. The crazy expensive item at the top of the menu, the $60 steak, half the time they don't even care if anyone orders it. It exists to make the $38 steak look reasonable. Without the $60, the $38 is expensive. Next to the $60, it's the sensible choice. You feel smart ordering it. That was the plan. Also, menus dropping the dollar sign. Higher end places just write $24 instead of $24. because the dollar sign makes you think about money and they'd rather you didn't. Tiny detail. Works. And look, your phone is the final boss of all of this. Everything I just described, app designers studied and made digital. Infinite scroll is the maze with no exit. Pull to refresh is literally modeled on a slot machine. You pull, you wait a beat, and maybe there's something good. Variable rewards. Sometimes the feed is great, sometimes it's nothing, and the sometimes is exactly what keeps you pulling. A slot machine that paid out every time would be boring. So would a feed. Notifications are red for a reason. Red is urgency. Red is alert. They tested colors. Red won. Autoplay countdowns on the next episode exist because the most dangerous moment for them is the moment something ends. That's when you might leave. So they removed the ending. There is no ending anymore. The credits shrink into a corner and the next thing is already loading. So here's the part that actually messed with me. None of this is illegal. Most of it isn't even hidden. There are textbooks about this stuff. There are conferences. It's just the environment. We walk around thinking we make choices, and we do, but the menu of choices was arranged by someone, and the arrangement is doing half the deciding. The milk being in the back isn't forcing you to buy chips, but it's making the chips case for them. The semi-good news is that knowing about it genuinely helps. Like once you know eye level is paid placement, you start checking the bottom shelf. Once you know the cart is oversized, the half-empty cart stops feeling wrong. Once you know autoplay exists to delete the ending, you can put the remote down at the actual ending. It doesn't make you immune, but it makes you annoying. And annoying customers are slightly harder to manipulate. But yeah, now you're going to walk into a grocery store this week and you're going to clock the bakery smell and the milk in the back corner and the cereal at kid height, and you're going to think about this video. You're welcome. Or sorry. One of those. Anyway, that's been on my mind. If you somehow watched this whole thing while I was playing whatever this is, appreciate you. Subscribe if you want. It's free and you can always undo it. Which, fun fact, you can always undo it is also a sales tactic. It lowers the commitment. See? Everywhere. All right? Later.